Yeah, it's definitely crooked. You're going to take a look? I can usually get it.
Here, I got it. I lined it up with the thing. There, see?
Who knows? Who actually knows?
Better?
Oh, yeah, it looks pretty good.
Good? Better?
Do we hear anything?
Better. It looks really dark.
Well, yeah, the TV's dark.
I don't know if that's TV
No,
or...
the TV's dark.
Okay.
Why can't I hear anything?
And it's also scooted over. What do you mean, why can't you hear anything?
No, that was
hear
me on the TV. No, we can hear it. It's all fine now. It's all good. Everyone can hear. Tiara says she can hear. Pyle says,
You need to mute
hey. What?
Don't you want to mute it?
I did. Somehow it came off mute. I don't.
Oh my goodness. Tiara says, everyone's hair is on point today. Thank you, Tiara. You know, I was going to, it's really, on the TV I can't tell, it all looks like it's blended in, but I have like these velvet hot rollers that you plug in, and then you put them in your hair, and it's like a nice little wave, but I didn't have time for that.
No.
So I just said, I'm just going to brush it and hope for the best.
I had to do some work recordings today, so I'm in my.
Oh
my
yeah,
good-
actually
my
Luna
good hair.
matches you. Can we show Luna?
My good hair mode. Hey,
Luna.
Luna. Luna. Sweetie.
Luna matches him.
Show him
with
how you match Pop Pop.
She has a matching bandana.
Luna. Come here, baby.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey.
Sit down,
Show them
honey.
your bandana. Look at that.
Sit down, Luna.
Look at that.
Luna, what's that?
Whoa, Luna.
Okay, you can kind of get the point.
Okay.
Just get a matching
Everyone
bandana.
knows she matches her dad.
Oh. Okay, so Sierra says the fashion of it all. Yes, and somewhere Smudge is underneath something also.
Being sad.
He has his own little bandana, but
He got groomed.
let's go ahead and begin.
Let's do it.
So I know what the first thing on the list is because I organized this.
I did too.
The Zodiac Killer. There is news, updates about the Zodiac Killer. And me and Arsenic have been just going back and forth, like for the past 2 days. Because he's also my true crime fan.
Yes.
Buddy. So we'll talk about stuff, but we're talking about the Zodiac Killer updates. So there is this group of people called the Crime Busters. I wish Arsenic was here. So they're called the Code Breakers.
Let's call them crime busters.
I think they're the Crime Busters.
That's a great premise.
This group of people called the Crime Busters, they're very dedicated to finding out who the Zodiac Killer is. And the Zodiac
noble
Killer,
cause.
if those of you who don't know, he was this prolific serial killer in California during the late 1960s. And he had very cryptic messages. There's a movie about the entire thing by
David Fincher.
So this is like a very, very big thing. People have been trying to figure out his ciphers. Actually, last year, we had updates that the cipher was figured out. And I talked about it on the stream.
I remember.
So this is now, oh my gosh, we know who the Zodiac Killer is. But it's not really concrete evidence. So the evidence that they have is the forehead scars look the same as they do in the police sketch. The forehead scars.
Okay.
But they're wrinkles. They're not scars.
But what about the cipher?
The cipher.
Is there any evidence that's stronger than scars?
They say that they're working on evidence because they have a streaming service deal. And so all of this evidence is going to come out on the streaming platform.
Are you serious?
And they don't want to share it just yet. But they've done some interviews and they talked about it. And they say, look.
This is like what kind of Orwellian society is that? We can't know what happened to a crime case because we're holding out for the Netflix deal?
Yes.
That's awful.
Basically it. I know.
That's awful.
And it even makes, because there are a lot of criticisms of true crime as being exploitative to the victims, because people start engaging it as if it is some sort of fictional entertainment.
Morbid fantasy.
And they forget, no, these are real people that died and terrible things happened to them. And that's something that I have to, remember myself, because I love true crime and reading about stuff. But sometimes you just have to sit back and think, these are real people and their families have to see this sort of stuff. And it's not a game. And I think a lot of people treat it as a game. And So for this guy, his name is Gary Post, that they think is the Zodiac killer. They say, well, there at one of the crime scenes there was a wristwatch, and the wristwatch had paint on it, and Gary Post was a painter. And that's the sort of leaps that they're using.
That's
It's troubling.
Yeah.
It's troubling. But they say that you can use his name, Gary Post, and it will solve the ciphers. But they won't show you how to do it. They're like, it will use his name. What's that? Also, it's really muggy in here.
It's not just muggy.
It's humid and muggy.
Luna ripped one.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I'll turn on the
That's
AC,
disgusting.
but
Yeah, please turn
holy
on the AC.
crap.
Duffman says, we aren't quite at the Running Man yet. Oh my gosh, I just saw that movie like a couple weeks ago. We just saw the Running Man.
Last weekend, yeah.
Yeah, with Arnold. So we just saw the Running Man. Yeah, that's funny. We're not quite at that stage yet. But we're getting there.
We are working towards
with this whole entertainment and true crime and stuff like that. So I just thought that was the most ridiculous thing for someone to say, well, no, we have the proof, but we're saving it for the Netflix special. Like, what is wrong with you? That is the most callous sort of self-serving.
I think
You
we
want
are
some sort of, what's it called when you have some kind of
monetization.
monetization. You want the
Attention.
Attention of it. You want the notoriety of
Yes.
it. They want notoriety. They're seeking that sort of fame and fortune. I'm the one that helped work it, and I want to be able to have this big public reveal of it.
We are quickly approaching a society that is like so obsessed with the first post.
Yes,
Who
exactly.
like whose name can I
Right.
socialize with a company as
Yeah.
part of like the marquee banner. Like if crime becomes entertainment.
Yeah.
Which it sounds like it is. Like if actual
This
crime
is a
solutions
huge
is becoming
thing, right.
entertainment, we're like we are screwed.
True
like
crime is
Running
probably-
Man is going to happen. Like RoboCop, Running Man.
So we're going
it's
to be
all
cheering,
on the horizon.
We're going to be cheering for Fireball and Sub-Zero, and
Yes.
we're going to have
Buzzsaw.
our fighters.
Yes.
Buzzsaw. Oh my gosh. No,
what about Dynamo?
Dynamo?
Everyone loved
I
Dynamo.
forgot Dynamo. No, I'm going to be chanting for the Butcher of Bakersfield. That was his name, right? The Butcher of Bakersfield, Arnold. That was what they called him because of that fake thing they set him up with. It's a good movie.
The Butcher of Bakersfield.
That's what they called him in The Running Man.
Is it?
Yes, Duffman can back me up on this here. Oh my gosh,
Duncan says
thank
yes.
you.
Okay.
Yes, that's what because I asked you.
Running
Duncan.
Man extraordinaire Duncan would know.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I remember I asked this question again because I was trying to make a joke about it. The Duffman says the van life couple involved in that murder a few weeks ago was actively courting sponsors for their van life vlog. Oh my god.
What?
That is disgusting.
Why?
To stuff like that. Because people pay for it and it's always been some gimmicky thing. I mean, even it's been serial killers, murders, and it's always been sensational. I'm not acting like, oh yeah, no, true crime is a recent thing. I mean, look at Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
That it sweeped headlines.
Yep.
And then you had the Cleveland torso murders, and that's all anyone wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And this stuff happened years ago,
Very-
decades ago.
It's very upsetting.
So it is.
Crime should never be a point of sensationalized journalism or entertainment.
It is, but even beyond crime, it's murder.
Yeah.
And it's gruesome
Right.
murder. It's serial killers, and a huge problem with this is a lot of overwhelmingly the crimes against the people in these stories are against women, and it's just constantly, So this Zodiac killer updates and breaking news
Interesting.
thing is just yes.
Interesting, because I heard they caught him, or they
No.
didn't catch him. They know who
It
it
is
is.
basically they have the same forehead wrinkles. He was a painter. The wristwatch had paint. And what was the other thing? Oh, and if you use his name on the envelope, all will be revealed. But they don't show you how to do it, and they don't tell you what the messages is. So.
Buck Wild.
Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that was that. But, so that's Zodiac updates, if anyone is interested. Yeah, because I know it was posted on the Discord server, and immediately, it's just, if you look into it, there's no leg to stand there. Okay, so Zodiac Killer.
That's Zodiac Killer. We have a ton of television
Yeah, we have a ton of
and
stuff
movies.
to watch.
So let's
to
start
talk
on the
about.
same line.
Yeah.
Only Murders in the Building.
Okay, so the Only Murders in the Building show, which we talked about, was
Yes.
Steve Martin, Martin Short, Selena Gomez. It's on Hulu. It's about this group of true crime fans. Speaking of that, they are true crime fans. They listen to this podcast. Someone is killed in their building, and they want to figure out who did it. So they all band together and start. Automatically, it's accusing the wrong person. It's going off something with no evidence. So it kind of shows you how stupid this sort of stuff is. But that show is terrible. It's awful.
Hot trash. It's a great way to describe
Martin
it.
Short can't save it.
No.
Steve Martin can't save it. In fact, Steve Martin
Isn't trying to save it.
isn't trying to save it.
Steve Martin is not good in this show.
Selena Gomez is awful. I mean, she's just absolutely atrocious.
She's not good.
It's a terrible show.
Her fashion is...
The fashion on the show is disgusting.
I don't even know how to describe it.
It's
like
it's
she doesn't care.
unflattering. It's boxy. It's not form fitting. Not that something has to be form fitting, but it's repulsive.
But my pajamas look better than the way Selena Gomez is dressing professionally.
I'll post some comments so we can judge this for ourselves. So
It's very
sorry,
weird.
but you have to give it a thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Not a good show.
But a good show.
Not going to finish it.
No, not going to finish it. A really good show is Ghosts.
Ghosts. We talked about this
now,
before.
We just finished season 2 of Ghosts, which is a BBC show that is currently streaming on HBO Max. Duncan says no color blocking. Nothing. There was this really blocky, unflattering cut where she had these sort of carpenter pants with a crop top sweater and boots, and the pants were cropped, and it was so ugly. I'll post some photos of it. It's not cute.
It looks like the kind of clothes you wear when you don't have real clothes.
Yeah, it looks like laundry day clothes.
I literally just found
It was
this.
the only thing left. Yeah.
Like when someone does a prank on you,
Right.
and they've stolen all your clothes, and you have to quickly put something together. Like that's all we had. It was the extra large Frump collection.
Yes. And not that this is a fashion stream, which would be fun. Maybe we can just talk about the fashion of current shows. I'm sure there's tons of channels out there. But yes, Duncan, it was anti-cute. It was specifically
Anti-cute
trying
to
to
the
not look
extreme.
cute.
Yes.
It was awful.
Awful.
But Ghost is really good.
Ghost is phenomenal.
Ghost is so cute and it's so charming, and it is just such a cute, funny show. And it's amazing because you have so many characters on that show. You have a cast of there's Mary.
I think there's 8, right?
Mary, Thomas the Captain, Lady B, Mike, Allison, Kitty, Robin, Julian, Pat. That's 10. And plus Humphrey. So that's 11.
Yes.
You have a cast of 11 characters.
And you think it'd be hard to follow.
Yes, but it's not. They're all distinct. But we figured out when we were watching the show that they are actually a comedy troupe.
5 of them are.
5 of them, they were a comedy troupe, and they worked on the show together.
Yes.
Which is probably why it's so good.
Their previous show is called Horrible History, and it was a kid's show. It's apparently very funny, but
Yeah.
it's just historic bits
Right.
put together by them. So they clearly have a mind for doing like a historic comedy with character bits.
Right.
They've just committed to the character for,
Right.
the
And I
extent
mean
of the show.
that's such a good idea. It looks really grainy for some reason.
Yes.
Do you think it would have switched to the other Wi-Fi?
I think there's nothing we can do about
I
it.
disabled that other Wi-Fi, by the way. But Ghost is such a fun show. I cannot recommend that enough. It's just, and Kitty is my favorite character. I love Kitty. Well, they're all like my favorite.
They're all good. It's hard to pick.
I love Kitty so much. First of all, because she's so much like me. And these cute little mannerisms that she does. So this is a very egocentric thing. But I love her because I've complained about the depiction of female characters in a lot of shows where they have to make them grungy and they have to make them angry, and I just don't have anything positive to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just and they're selling it like that. But Kitty, she loves everything. She's excited about everything, but it's not in an over-the-top, annoying way like Zooey Deschanel. Zooey Deschanel cannot stand Zooey Deschanel.
Quirky.
Quirky.
Oh.
Cannot stand Zooey Deschanel.
She makes
she's
that
so
noise. She
annoying.
goes, no.
She does, and it's annoying because it's forced.
It's like a goose.
But Kitty is excited and a very sort of. It's getting worse. Does it look really, really grainy for her? It looks super grainy.
Doesn't matter. Nothing we can do about it.
Hi, Jason.
Nothing we
Jason
can do
says
about
you
it.
guys dressing up for Halloween. No.
My favorite
Okay, no, I
character
will say.
is Well, so I have two. Pat would be my BFF.
Yeah.
Pat is a great character. I love him.
Pat's so good.
But Mary makes me laugh the most. And I did not like her in the first season. I thought she was annoying. But in the second season, she is hilarious.
Yeah. She's so funny.
She was burned at the stake, which is sad.
Aww.
But it makes for great comedy.
So the show is about these ghosts that inhabit a house, and every single episode now in the second season, you find out the backstory of them, like what happened to them, how they died, and things like that. So it just can't recommend it enough. Very, very cute, charming. It's short as well, so if you're looking
Each
for
episode
something,
is 20 minutes. There's only 6 episodes a season.
It's so nice.
It's so nice.
So definitely skip Only Murders in the Building. Watch Ghosts. Don't watch the American version. Make sure you're not watching that because CBS has their own version, and it looks
hot
horrible.
trash.
Just awful.
It kind of reminds me of the writing is so good. It gives me a little bit of Arrested Development vibes.
Yeah.
It's very
it sort of
like
it seems
they cut each other off with the smartest, wittiest reply. Like it's not real because no one is that clever and talks that way. But it is just every conversation is so comedically orchestrated.
Pinch on the bum.
Pinch on the bum. Do no wrong.
No harm done.
No harm done.
I have to go back to this really quick. Tiara said she likes Zooey Deschanel. I like Zooey Deschanel's fashion. I love her fashion.
How
I
about
love
that?
her style. It's very, very cute. I love her hair and her style and her makeup and all that stuff. She has like very cute kind of like 1960s blend. But her personality is so aggravating. I'm sure someone could say the same thing about me. Maybe Zooey Deschanel, if she met me, would hate me.
She did.
Which would be totally fine.
Did she joined up with M. Ward, right?
And his and her. Him and she.
I loved M. Ward.
What's
and then
it
when
called?
he teamed up with her, I was like, man, dog, what you doing?
He and her, or she and him, or his and her?
I think it's she and him.
She and him. It is something pretentious,
Which, in retrospect,
hipster.
really bad name. Just that's not going to play off well.
No. She and him, awful. Also, hi, Hadar. Sorry, Hadar Kareem. How are you? We're doing good. Thank you. I hope you're doing good. Friday. We're just going through the shows we've seen. Okay,
yes,
so that's
Ghosts.
Now we can talk about the Foundation.
Yeah, let's stick with TV. Why don't you talk about American Horror Story 2?
Yeah, okay. Let me talk about this. So Tiara and I, we've been watching American Horror Story Season 10. And I've only seen the last one. And I don't know why. I had a very weird experience with that. I don't know if I was sick or what, but I watched it like fairly quick.
You were sick.
Yeah, I think
you binged it when you were sick.
And I like binged it or something. But so we're watching this. Yeah, she says, oh God. So first of all, this season, it was advertised by an alien and a vampire, like French kissing.
I've seen that.
And I thought, that's so weird. What is that? But we watched the show, and it kind of slipped my mind. And then we watched the second part of season 10, and it is in black and white, and it's set in the 60s.
Oh, that's cool.
There's that creepy, old-fashioned alien music going on, and it's alien-themed. And there's Dwight D. Eisenhower, and there's John F. Kennedy, and there's Nixon, and there's like this whole alien cover-up story. So it takes place in the past in black and white, and then it'll flash forward to the future, and there's this alien abduction thing going on. Tiara says American Horror Season 2 has so horror in it, other than a conversation about getting parasites. Wait, so little? Yeah, I think you meant little. Yes, there's really not a lot of horror. It was weird. The season was really, really weird. Bishop says, "Is this the season where it's a satire of itself?" I don't think so. Oh, no horror in it. Yes, no, exactly. I don't think it's a satire of itself. I think it's supposed to be. They want to do something fun with vampires.
Is it supposed to be campy?
And aliens. It's incredibly campy.
Okay.
But also, it's bizarre. I can't, put my finger on why it's weird. And it's not in a sort of, oh, that's a clever sort of way. It feels a little bit too, I don't know.
What's the closest thing you can compare it to?
I'm trying to think. I don't know if there is anything I can compare it to. Tiara will find something. She's better at this than me. Bishop says to Sarah Paulson, get a couple woke white people showing up at her door. What is that? Was that from Ratchet?
Ratchet?
I don't remember that. Wait, was that from Ratchet? I can't remember. Oh, what was that from? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Okay, so that is American Horror
That's
Story.
American Horror Story, Season 10.
Hey, Smudge, come here. here, Smudge.
I will go
Smudge.
real quick.
Smudge, come here. Smudge. Oh. I like to let him have autonomy. If he doesn't want to come, I'm not going to force him. Okay, come here, Smudge. All right, you can continue.
Okay, I will continue.
What's this, Smudge? Smudge, what is this? Come here. Come here. Okay, continue.
Okay, I will continue. I finished What If. I know people in the chat previous episodes have asked what I thought about it. That was not a good show overall. I was really high on WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Loki. Thought they were all great. Really good shows. Really good Marvel. Some of the best Marvel, in my opinion, that Marvel has done. What If? The animation is weird. I don't even want to say it's bad because there are aspects of it that are really good.
Right.
Special effects, like the explosion. It does like the Looney Tunes explosion every time there's like dust. Mm-hmm. Kind of like the Spider-Verse, the big poofs. It has really good scenery, production value. I do not like the faces. The faces and the way they animated them is jarring. I never got used to it the entire season, so that could be part of the problem.
Weird.
But also, this show taught me that screen actors are not voice actors.
Yeah.
Which is weird. The only one that actually did a semi-decent job, actually I say you did a really good job, was Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
The only one out of all of them. Iron Man and Black Widow did not reprise their role, and they had a voice actor come in and just do, their version of Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson, and they were way better than Tom Hiddleston and Chris Hemsworth, because it just something didn't translate well to the voice acting and animation, where the fakes were better.
Yeah.
I was like, that's really weird. But
a couple comments. Duffman asked if it's American studio, and Omen said they're testing new territories with What If, so maybe. And Emerald says hated the ending. Yeah, the ending. So, and that's why I put on the list. I watched the ending last night. I actually thought I saw the ending the week before. I was misinformed. Wow. Someone told me that was the finale. I'm like, that was actually a pretty good finale. I liked 3 episodes out of the 8, so that's pretty terrible. Yikes. But I thought the ending was the big cliffhanger. I'm like, that's good. They Infinity War'd it again. I'm sure the next season will get really zany. And then I found out, no, the ending was actually this week, and it was terrible. It was just disappointing. It undid everything good that the show actually managed to pull off, and it was just kind of lame. Yeah. It was like 20 minutes of just, this is like Marvel at its lowest. It's just kind of stupid action. That's terrible. It is terrible, and I don't know. I like Marvel, and I like the continuity. It's going to be really hard for me to muster up the desire to watch a second season of that, because that's like the first time I've been like, this is just not good. Hopefully the second season will be better. They'll get feedback that season 1 is not good. They need to make some serious critical changes. And I know they're making a second season, but whew. On the other hand, the other thing I want to talk about, Joseph turned me on to Star Wars Visions, which I did not know was a thing. Yeah. And this is kind of a tragedy, actually. What If got all this big marketing, and everyone knew What If was coming out. I had not heard of Star Wars Vision until Joseph mentioned it in our Discord, basically saying like, check it out, it's really good. Told me the first episode was like Yojimbo, and I'm like, oh, I'm there. The first episode, so Star Wars Visions, like What If, instead of being a what if type scenario, it's just stories in the Star Wars universe. Sometimes you see familiar faces, sometimes you don't. But it's using the palette of Star Wars to tell stories through animation. Now, the first thing I have to mention is each one is done by a different animation studio. So automatically, if you don't like one, no big deal. Yeah. Because the next one's gonna look different, which was like a huge check. What If should have absolutely done that, because I hated all of the animation of What If. The first episode of Star Wars Visions, black and white, with just color for the lights, and it is literally like playing into Akira Kurosawa film motif, telling the story of what samurai look like in Star Wars, and it's so good. The second episode, which I've only seen the first 2, I'm excited to watch the rest, but totally different animation style. Yeah. Actually has a kind of Gorillaz-esque animation style, and it's telling the story of a punk rock band in Star Wars. Now, you heard the music. I heard the music. I hated what I was hearing. I thought what I was hearing was the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It sounded dumb and cheap and stupid. So I had to come out and see what it was. And then I saw it. I saw like 3 seconds. I said, this is the worst thing ever. I hated it. Absolutely despised it.
I will say the music itself was just kind of like generic.
The music was
ska.
dumb. The whole idea of it was dumb. The way it looked
I love the
was
idea
stupid.
of it, though. I love the way it looked, and I love the idea.
I hated it.
Well, think of it like this. We've
I didn't
always
even watch
seen
it.
the Cantina Band. We've always seen them. But this explored the idea of, like, what does a garage band in the Star Wars universe look like?
It doesn't sound like Green Day. I'll tell you that much.
You're
and
right.
I don't even know
because
what
it
Green
sounds
Day
like
sounds
Real
like.
Big Fish.
I don't even know what Green Day sounds like, and I heard Green Day.
That was not Green Day.
It sounded exactly what I imagined Green Day
That was
would sound like.
that was ska.
It was terrible, just
Kite
like
tails.
awful.
Green Day is
No,
more
I heard
Brit
like,
punk.
I wanna be a Sith Lord, dude. Garbage.
Can you do that again just one more time? I think everyone wanted to hear that.
Tiara says either sounds terrible. Thank you for backing me up on this. It sounded awful.
Just do it. Do it one more time.
I wanna be a Sith Lord, idiot.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
I don't know the rest of it. Tiara says Green Day is not British.
But they are from there,
Are they actually British?
aren't they?
I don't know. Anyways, that was that Star Wars show. Moving on.
Wasn't it the whole thing? Is like, I mean, I only like American Idiot. I'm one of the few people that does not really care for the rest of Green Day. They're not. Where are they from?
Where? Oh, okay. Duncan says something about that really works. I want to be a Sith Lord idiot. I'm sure you can make up lyrics that fit for that.
You could.
Like, I want to kill younglings and I want to, you know, do the acid pit or whatever. Whatever they do. Oh my gosh. Tiara says they're from California.
Why did I think they were British?
They're from a dumpster, which is a hilarious follow-up comment to Tiara's.
I do not like Green Day, but I love the album American Idiot.
Why did you think they were British?
I don't know why I thought they were British.
They don't sound British.
I don't know why I thought they were British. This entire time I did.
Okay, they're apparently from East Bay, San Francisco Bay Area.
What?
Okay. Interesting.
Well, education time. I had no idea about that. But also, I don't like them. But I love American Idiot. One of my favorite albums ever made.
That's bizarre.
But I hate that band.
Okay, that's Star Wars. Moving on to the next thing.
The
Foundation.
The Foundation.
Let's talk about the Foundation. So this show, which I was told by Tiara, only has Jared Harris in it for 2 episodes, so don't get attached to Jared Harris. But the Foundation is
That's like most shows Jared Harris is in.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like he's in the opening
Yeah,
act.
he's gonna die some terrible way.
But this show is based on this book by Isaac Asimov or something like
Isaac
that.
Asimov.
Yeah. And so what's it about? It's like this sci-fi world.
It's about a mathematician making a prediction that the current kind of state of being is going to fall very quickly,
within
very
the next
violently.
5,000 years, which is hilarious to me because scientists are saying we only have 10 years.
And no one cares.
And no one cares, but they're
in this
throwing
universe,
a pissy fit.
Well, one, I think they live for a very long time. It seems like they've reached immortality.
Yeah.
It seems that way. I've only seen the first episode, so I don't know. I haven't read the book. But he's made this prediction, and now the question is, can him and this girl he found on what is essentially like Swamp World,
right,
who's amazing at math,
right,
can they figure out a way to slow the fall and speed up the recovery?
And it's a trilogy. Okay. Well, this show was so heavy in math, and it was like equations and math. And
I love it.
What are you saying? I can't do the math computations and saving the world, and there was all this stuff.
No, madam, you must do the math. Get out your multipliers. Do the long algebra.
Like the math. Oh, okay. Tiara says they live like us. The emperor just keeps cloning himself. Okay. So they care so much about.
So the emperor is really the only one that should care.
Yes.
That the fall is coming.
Right, exactly.
Because everyone else is going to die.
It's an interesting show.
I love it.
Pyle says, is this Good Will Hunting in space? That's hilarious. That would be funny if it was.
That would be funny, but
there's like a lot of math involved. There's a lot of formulas and problems and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's interesting.
It's amazing.
The
look of it is unbelievable. It has Blade Runner 2049 energy.
Yes. The production value is incredible.
Costumes, lighting, set design, CG,
Jamal
all of
says
it.
so it's numbers. I don't know what numbers is.
That's that Jim Carrey movie where he thinks the world is going to end because he sees the number 23 everywhere, right?
Oh,
Is that the one? Is that the one? Or was that the number 23?
Isaac says, what's the name of it again? Oh, The Foundation.
The Foundation.
I don't know what that... I mean, maybe it is if it's spelled with 3
Jamal
in there.
can correct me. This is the stream where I get corrected a lot.
Oh, wait, Jamal says no, it's a show.
I've not heard of that show.
Tiara says, it's interesting reading the book as none of the characters survive the first 3 chapters. Oh, I wonder how they're going to do that in the show then. Bishop says his other trilogy saved the universe using a keen fashion sense.
Wow, so
what
there
was
you
that?
Go. I don't know.
Lord of the Rings?
Was it Isaac Asimov did...
Did he
The Martian Chronicles.
Oh, okay. Who did
and iRobot, right?
Who did the atheist version of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
That was his Dark
Compass
Secrets.
Oh, yeah.
Golden
his Dark
Compass.
Crystal?
Yeah.
His Dark
Secrets.
Crystal Compass.
I did read I read the Golden Compass in middle school.
Wow.
I had no idea it was atheist.
Okay, before we say stuff,
yeah.
Isn't it supposed to be the atheist version of Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The polar bear represents nothing.
So it's
a joke.
Whereas Aslan represents God.
Yeah, that's actually a joke. I don't actually.
Duncan says procedural crime show with mathematics professor as a consultant. That would be funny if you could have a procedural type show like that. His Dark Materials. We weren't close.
What did we say it was?
You said his Dark Crystal.
Secrets.
And I said his Dark Golden.
But the materials are a secret, so I wasn't.
His Dark something. Oh,
this is the stream where I am wrong the entire time. That's this stream.
Yeah, this is why it's important not to take what people say.
Yes. Fact check everything, especially what I say.
Jamal says is as in God or Jesus. He's supposed
Jesus.
to be Jesus. Sorry, I said God, but he's supposed to be Jesus. Because of spoilers, but Aslan comes back. After 3 days. Okay, that is The Foundation.
Can't wait to watch more of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little over my head.
It's a little fantastic.
It's over my head. It's like, the equations and the math problems. Again. Who's that Simpsons character? He's like, and again.
Oh, the mouth and the growing and the glazing.
That's how I feel watching this show.
It's wonderful.
Okay, that's The Foundation.
We watched a documentary called The Remnant. Gwen Shamblin.
So, raise your hand if you heard of Gwen Shamblin. She's... Raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
Oh, Professor Frank. Thank you.
Yes,
that's it.
Oh, the growing.
Professor Frank. So there was this. Okay, I'm just gonna take Tiara said no. Thank you, Tiara. Gwen Shamblin was a preacher who had this belief that if you obeyed God the right way, you would lose weight.
She created an entire biblical study program called
Way Down.
The Way Down, WEIGH.
The Way Down
The
Diet.
Way Down Workshop.
Very much, ladies and gentlemen, if you just love God more, you will lose the pounds.
You can pray the pounds away.
And she believed that if you were thin, you loved God. God loved you.
And if you weren't thin,
you were a sinner.
Yes.
If you were fat, you were a sinner and you were going to hell, basically.
This is her belief. Was her belief.
This was her belief, okay?
Yes.
So this woman,
Gwen Shamblin.
Gwen Shamblin. That's stinky.
It's really... Luna keeps farting. Because she doesn't like Gwen Shamblin either. She says, I fart at Gwen Shamblin.
Oh my gosh, Tiara said I think she's right. Jamal says, did she create Vogue?
She probably was in partnership with like all these Atkins and all that.
It's hilarious. Someone posts a photo of her towards the end of her career. Her hair is crazy.
Over her life. Her hair was kind of like, the flip.
It had that like big 90s energy to
But it just got higher and higher.
It got higher
as
and
the years
weirder,
went by.
Yes. But I mean, this woman is awful. I mean, she's disgusting. The stuff that she was doing, she was, basically telling.
She's everyone knows the rich, wealthy Southern preacher who's taking advantage of their congregation. That is her to a T.
But she was going beyond that, and she was telling members to physically abuse their kids. And
yes, it resulted in the death of a child.
Right. To basically physically abuse your child until they start to...
you punch your child till it cries, and then they won't act bad anymore. Right.
And so this woman was
awful
disgusting,
person.
awful. But there's a documentary on HBO Max about her called The Remnant, and
it's eye-opening.
Every time we watch a documentary, what was the craziest thing about this documentary? They said she grew up in the same church we did.
Oh, yeah, the same exact church we did.
The highest rate of cult behavior.
Yeah.
And we just looked at each other like,
well, we went to a cult.
This makes sense.
We went to baby's first cult.
Yes, exactly. Thank goodness it was small and it was not big.
If we were in like Kentucky and we went to that church, oh man, we'd be cult right now.
Yeah, we'd totally be like brainwashed.
We would be running the cult.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be welcome to Kite Tales and Flex. It'd be welcome to Christ Tales and Flex. We're going to teach y'all the Word of God. Make sure to have your Bibles in hand because we're going to learn today.
It's funny. I've joked about wanting to start a cult, but I don't want it to be called a cult. I don't want to have the same beliefs and, everyone has to believe the same thing. Thank you. Rockwell says, I'm waiting for you to start your cult. I want to call it like a community or the neighborhood or something, or the estate.
Kite Tales neighborhood.
But everyone has
Won't you be our neighbor?
House, and it's a cute looking house. It's like a cottage.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not like a dump. This isn't Jonestown.
There's jazz piano playing wherever you go. A
nice cottage, and there's like, bougainvillea vines on your porch and everything like that, and everyone. We have all dinner together.
We play kick the can in the street at night, and then we turn into children.
Turns with the community garden.
Yes.
And we'll all watch shows together. And we could put on like performances, we'll have an acting troupe.
We do quarterly plays and choral performances.
Live off the land, sustainable, but have access to Google Fiber so we can do like land game nights and stuff like that. So it's very cool, but there's no cult aspect to it. It's just, what would I ask of you? I would ask.
What we ask is that you donate blood to us. To be part of the neighborhood, you must give us 1 pint of blood per week. It's not much to ask when you actually do the math.
No, we live off the land,
And your blood.
We do our own laundry.
It's very simple, really. You become your own phlebotomist.
Oh my gosh, Jamal said it's called Honey, I Joined a Cult. Isn't that a video game that just came out?
It should be.
I think there is a video game like that just
I'd play
came
that
out.
game.
But the purpose of it said, what's the purpose of all cults? To earn money, and that's not the purpose of my cult. My cult would be something totally different.
Well, there's actually a cult specialist on the Remnant, Gwem Shamblin, and he said cults themselves are not bad. They're like, there are many cults out there that serve the purpose of many people have a hole or a gap or they're missing something in their life and find that something in a cult. The cult becomes a problem and needs to be investigated when money becomes the crux of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Gwen Shamblin was living in this, very, very just ostentatious, very gaudy mansion that's been remodeled and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not like that whatsoever. I would just want cute little, very sustainable, tiny home cottages, just something like that. Anyways, that's the Remnants.
Check it out. Great. 3 episodes.
It's really, really good. It's only 3 episodes.
3 hours, but I mean,
3 hours, 3 episodes.
It was like we chewed through it.
Yeah. RCV says bad house equals devil worshippers. Yeah, no, all the houses will be well maintained.
There will be no devil.
Don't worry about that.
Nor will there be worship of the devil.
Rockwell says every day we spend 15 minutes thanking the managers of the compound.
That's darn right you do.
It shouldn't take you 15 minutes. You just come up and you say thank you.
You say thank you. Shake the hand.
Tuffin says Adam Carolla has a good joke about the purpose of every cult, but it's not repeatable. Oh, thank you for
keeping it PG in the chat.
For keeping it classy.
That's what we like, you guys.
That's why you post it in the Discord server.
That's right.
Okay. That's
one more show, and then we're through the show.
And I also want to talk about another movie.
There's movies coming up next.
Holy smokes!
We're getting there.
We're watching the Muppets in like 10 minutes.
Holy crap!
Okay, let's talk about...
we watched the first episode of Squid Game. It's the most popular show in the world. It's from Korea.
It is the most popular show ever on Netflix, which is
awesome because it's Korean.
Yes, exactly.
It beats Stranger Things.
And I read that this director of the show, he was trying to pitch it for years to different
like
studios.
A decade.
And kept denying it. And so that is the biggest little brown, little red hen story ever.
Yes. I can't wait to watch more. That show is so good.
So what I'm thinking, we watched the first episode of Squid Game, but it's going to be... Emerald says we need to watch another episode. Yes, I was just saying we should watch another episode. And what we should also do is next week I'm going to stream the entire thing. Every day I'll stream another episode.
Holy garbanzo.
And you're going to watch it on your own.
I'm going to have to watch it on my own. Yes, I'm working next week.
Yeah, you'll be gone. Also, if you don't have, Jamal says a cult that watches Lucifer on Netflix. We do watch movies together already, Jamal, so I can cross that off the list. And if If anyone here, any new guys want an invite to the Discord server, one of the mods can do so. Thank you. Rogwell says my favorite Muppet is Domhnall Rigel, the
16.
16. Who's that?
I don't know, but that's Rogwell's favorite Muppet.
Okay.
Movies.
Movies.
We watched The Many Saints of Newark.
Yes, we watched
A
The Many Saints of
Sopranos
Newark.
story.
Yes. So we finished The Sopranos.
Great show.
And then we watched this movie. It was okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was all right.
I really, really liked young Tony Soprano, who's played by James Gandolfini's son.
Right.
Who is phenomenal.
Right, yeah.
Really liked Dicky Moltisanti.
Yes.
Christopher's father.
Okay, we have to, no spoilers.
No spoilers. It does spoil much of The Sopranos.
Okay, you
somehow.
cannot watch this movie if you have not seen it, if you have not finished this show. I mean, finish it.
Like literally first scene episode. Spoils everything.
You have to finish the entire show before you watch this.
But I think, I actually looked at a lot of reviews. People hated this. Hated it. A lot of them I think are racist.
Really?
But a lot of other people hated it because they're like, nothing happened.
Oh, yeah,
But to be fair,
I see that.
nothing happens in The Sopranos either. And that's what I love about it. Sopranos is about a family and the stories they go through. And very little happens outside of people dying.
Right.
Which is just part of the mafia. The thing I liked about the movie is, one, beautiful. Like the set design of New Jersey in the 70s. They did a phenomenal job of that. But I thought the acting was really good, except for Syl, who overacted way too much.
They had this guy who would have been in his late 20s, early 30s, acting as if he were acting the same exact demeanor as he
Syl
would have been
at the end of
60s.
season 6.
Right. So you don't have a young man who's acting as he would. You develop your persona and whatnot. I'm sure you develop little mannerisms and stuff, but it was just jarring. But anyways, it was an okay movie. It wasn't like the best. It wasn't.
It's good acting.
The ending of Sopranos, I hated it. I thought it was stupid.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Dumb.
Fantastic.
Dumb.
Wonderful.
Many Saints Newark.
It's good. It's good. I enjoyed it.
That was that show.
That was
Moving
that.
on.
I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just keeping in track with, what I give things.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's totally fair.
We are going to watch a movie very soon.
Called The Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Meet us in the Discord. You'll see it there.
Oh my gosh, Jamal says I've been following Kaitel since the TGS podcast experience.
Yo!
That's
awesome.
Thank you. You know, Emerald was the one who helped me with that little game show that we were doing on there. So it's cool. Yeah, if someone can post a link, you should come join our Discord, Jamal.
Come watch the Muppet Haunted Mansion with us.
Yeah, we
after
do
this.
stuff all the time. We do game nights and movie nights. We're watching the Muppet Haunted Mansion after this, so we'll get to see this something the 16th. This fancy Muppet,
Rogwell's favorite Muppet, yeah.
Which is now the way I'm going to remember this Muppet.
Speaking of Muppets, you also watched 12 Monkeys.
Oh my gosh, yes. 12 Monkeys is such a good movie. It is, okay. Okay, Jamal said awesome, he'll join. Yes, thank you. If someone could post a link, did we figure that out? Because there might be something weird.
I can't post a link. So someone has to post a link.
I think someone figured out. 12 Monkeys is a Terry Gilliam movie with Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt, and Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt are probably the only ones that you've recognized from this movie. There's some other people. Yeah, Duncan hadn't seen it, so we watched it. It was so good. Oh my gosh. Like, I watched it. We watched it years ago. I forgot. I forgot everything.
I've seen that movie like 10 times.
Okay, see, I forgot. I couldn't remember anything. And I just forgot how, like, good that movie is. Mm-hmm. It is fantastic. It is such a good movie. And if you haven't seen it, it's currently streaming on HBO Max, but it is just a really, 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 really good movie.
Can I make a request?
Yes.
For Classic Movie Sunday, can we watch Brazil?
Yeah, sure.
Which is Terry Gilliam's most prolific, famous movie.
Let's do it.
I have the Blu-ray.
We're going to watch Brazil this Sunday then.
Because if you like 12 Monkeys, Brazil is all of the art. You like, you know how you get some like the really weird art of 12 Monkeys? It's like that, but done to a corporate extreme. Right. It's very good. Okay, so you'll be surprised by who's in that movie.
I'll be shocked. I won't look it up. Yeah, but Brad Pitt was fantastic in 12 Monkeys.
Yes.
It was such a good performance.
Phenomenal.
Bruce Willis, I miss seeing Bruce Willis and stuff. But there was like this vertigo scene in 12 Monkeys and everything. And the music, when I heard the music, I forgot Astor Piazzolla, who is this accordion. He did a lot of tango music. I heard it and I thought, oh my gosh, I love him.
Did he also do the Delicatessen?
They may have used his stuff for that. Yeah. I wonder. Yeah.
Because it feels like very similar
sounds.
sounds.
He's the tango guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really, really good. RC says, watch Meet the Feebles. It's a puppet movie.
It is a puppet movie.
Meet the Feebles.
That was, Meet the Feebles is the original, what was that, Melissa McCarthy puppet movie?
Oh, shoot. Ica, what is it?
What was that? Pile was
Happy
there.
Time Murder Mysteries or something.
So Meet the Feebles is Happy Time Murder, but even grosser.
That's just, okay. RC, why would you say Meet the Feebles? Why would you suggest that?
They're like, they all get like cut up and explode and they fart. And
that's too much.
It's all kinds of good puppet stuff. Video games.
Yes, video games.
This week, a huge announcement. Huge announcement.
Huge announcement. Sora's in Super Smash Brothers.
Woo!
Which I guess is a huge announcement.
It is a huge announcement.
Disney gave them that, right?
Well, I don't know so much as Disney gave them.
Or Sony.
Sora and Goku have been the most requested Super Smash Bros. Character since Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Goku?
Yes, Goku. I don't know the community. I'm just reporting the facts here. Those two, like you look at polls throughout the decades, Sora and Goku.
Yeah.
Most requested Super Smash. He is going to be the last character added to Super Smash Bros. For the Switch.
Right.
So, like, what an iconic send-off. Like, giving the fans what they have been asking for the longest time.
That's funny.
And he has his cool black and white skin, too.
Oh, that's
where he turns
cool.
into Steamboat Sora.
Yeah.
So, that's cool.
Okay,
I never played Kingdom Hearts 3, but I think that's really awesome they finally did it.
Yeah. So that's cute.
That is cute.
Give the Kingdom Hearts fans and the Super Smash fans something they want.
Talk about 4 games.
Yes.
I want you to tell me the trend in this list.
Okay.
I beat Psychonauts 2.
Yes.
I just want to say that game is wonderful in every way, shape, and form. Didn't make me cry, but it made me smile in a way that like a game hasn't made me smile in a long time.
Right.
Like it has a really positive message about mental health and helping people. And it's nice to play a game that's about helping people with mental health issues. And it was creative. It was beautiful. It might have been too long. It only took me 13 hours to beat, and it's still a little bit too long. But highly, highly recommend if you like platformers and you like very creative, like Tim Burton-esque worlds with just a really wholesome, heartfelt story.
That's sweet.
Psychonauts 2.
Okay, on that note, really quickly, because you said a positive story about mental health.
Go for it.
I had lunch with a ex-coworker a couple weeks ago, former, because she quit now too. But we were talking about one of our coworkers that hasn't yet quit. She's this cute little Puerto Rican lady in her 60s. And we were talking about Joker, when Joker had come out, because we were talking about mental health and positive depictions of it and whatnot. And the message she took away from Joker was, she's like, Pobrecito just wanted to be a comedian.
That is sad.
That's really sad.
That's really sad.
And I felt that is so like genuine and wholesome.
That's how you know that person's a good person.
Yes. That you could watch that movie and with everything.
You take away, like, had they just, embraced him and helped him.
Yes.
Yep.
So, and that's one of the reasons I loved that movie. I teared up like twice, which is bizarre because I don't know what they were going for, right? But there's not a lot of media with positive depictions of mental health.
No.
I can count them like on my hand. Like the ones I've seen. I saw Joker. We saw, what was that one on Netflix with
Maniac.
Maniac. We saw Maniac, which had a good
Phenomenal.
message at the end about like mental health problems. But so I'm glad to see that there is another in this trend, because a lot of times I feel like it's just, you see in social media today like a lot of self-diagnosis and it's supposed to be trendy and quirky and I don't know. I would like to see more positive depictions of it in media, because I think that's how people you think about it differently.
The thing about Psychonauts 2, I'm not going to spoil it. I'll try to like reduce it down to the big thing. There's a revelation that occurs that actually never occurred to me before. And the villain, the antagonist of the game, they make a statement basically saying like, they're responding to a part of their brain that was meant to help them.
Right.
In an earlier time. But that part of their brain took over. Like the whole reptile fight or flight. Like everyone has that within them, but not everyone can control it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is such a good way to think about it.
Right.
Because it's like not a bad person, but responded to a bad situation in a bad way. And it's like, that reptile brain it just beat out the logical brain and they acted poorly. It's like, that is such a, and helping people.
Yeah.
It's important to help people. And what a great
really
message in a game, Like you really don't get stories like that in video games.
What's sad though to me is you have a message like that and you have something, it's this good game and you recommend it and you beat it in 10 minutes, you feel great. And then you have these toxic sources that sort of overpower people's lives and they can't get away from it. Like I hate Twitter. I've been very, very, I'm like anti-Twitter queen because I just think it's been so damaging for people's interactions. And now that I've done a lot more social coaching and I'm being more serious about this and what I've like my guidelines and stuff that I put together and game plans for other people. And I just think that social media has done a lot of damage to people's interactions because it's normalized really bad behavior and behavior that just, it completely destroys some people's lives. Yeah. And so it's nice you have stuff like this, but we have to get away from really, really bad influences on people. Mm-hmm. Tara says Twitter is where I am toxic. Yeah, see, exactly.
That's where people go. It's like Twitter's like Fight Club. You go there to be your worst self.
They need to rebrand it as something like that. Yeah. So people get the right idea.
It's like, hey, it's the dump zone. Come just dump on everything. It's Twitter.
Right. So, but yeah.
That's Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts 2. So I beat Little Nightmares 2.
Perfect.
I beat Little Nightmares 2. And I loved that game. That is the perfect blend of creepy, cute, morbid, interesting. It's just, if you play that game, you will see what part of my style is like. It's perfect.
Like Psychonauts, that is a beautiful game.
It is so pretty. It's like prettier than any Pixar movie ever.
Because it's creative.
Exactly. It's creative, but it also looks really, really just pretty as well. The world is great. The shadows, everything.
The music's good too.
The music's really, really good. It's the perfect level of horror for someone like me because I don't really like this sort of the Resident Evil stuff. So not the last Resident Evil game because when Boom Boom came over here and
we played it.
Watched me
I wish you played the rest of that.
Yeah,
you were just getting to the point where it gets good.
But the game before that, where they're in Louisiana, I could not. That's too much. I hate that sort of stuff. That stuff makes me
that game.
Legitimately anxious.
Like Alien Isolation.
Yes. I was screaming.
Yes. Outlast.
The being followed stuff. The in the dark stuff. And even Little Nightmares 2 had a sequence where you have a flashlight and you shine it on these mannequins. And if the light is off, the mannequins start walking towards you.
That was good. I saw that.
It was good. And it freaks me out, but I got used to it. But for some reason, if it's in a different setting, if it's in the South in Louisiana, I can't handle it.
No, because those guys are scary.
Yes.
IRL.
Exactly. So Little Nightmares 2 was like perfect for me, but highly recommend it. So good. The ending was fantastic, which is great.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Little Nightmares 2.
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two. Okay, we have to talk about this game. This game is the same studio that did that game, like Two Brothers Escape or something.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's Two Brothers.
Can we look
Two
it up?
brothers.
What is it called?
They're on their own.
Only
and then some nuns showed up.
No one will get that.
It's Two Brothers.
What's it called? It's called like
I
Two
don't
Brothers
know what
Escape.
it's called.
We should look it up.
Okay.
What do you call it? Two brothers side-scrolling. They're not brothers.
I don't know why you thought it was Two Brothers.
Does anyone remember what this game is called? It's split screen, where you each control a different guy, and you're like going up the side of the wall.
It's called A Way Out.
Why did the goose? Oh, thank you. Yes, Ranko and Jamal said Way Out. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you got it based on that small description.
It's Two Brothers.
Oh, you're like spitting in my face.
I'm sorry. Should I tell them about what happened to my neck?
What happened to your neck?
Oh, have we already forgotten?
No, okay,
that laugh should tell you everything you need to know.
Let's talk about this game really quickly.
Okay.
Okay, so this game is called A Way Out, and it's by the same studio. It's called
It Takes Two.
It
Takes two to make a thing go right.
By the same people that did A Way Out, okay?
Yes. Hazelight
So
Studios.
it's by the same people that did A Way Out.
Yes.
So you have these two little things. Okay, the premise of the story, let me say it really quickly.
Go for it.
The premise of this game is this little girl's parents are getting divorced. And she's very sad about this, so she makes these clay effigies of them. And one is supposed to be representing her dad, the other is representing her mom. So naturally we're like, okay, well, I'm going to do the mom, you're going to do the dad.
Yeah.
And so you are trying to...
They wake up in a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids version of the effigies.
Right, so
in
he's
a giant book.
Clay effigy. And a giant book that is telling them...
You have to fall in love again! He says it just like that. I'm allowed to do the voice because that's exactly how he did it.
Exactly how he talks. So this book is like, oh, you must learn how to romance again. You must learn.
The first step of falling in love is like, companionship.
Yes, it's like telling them you have to work together. And they're like, we just want to be divorced. We don't want to work together.
But you must fall in love. That's how the book is, like the entire time. It doesn't stop doing that.
Emotions and stuff. It's weird. Okay, but the thing that really ticked me off was you started to take the side of this clay guy because they fight in game. And I'm going to tell this. Okay, so in the game, there's these two things. Okay, what are they called?
The husband and the wife?
What is their names?
I don't know. I don't care.
May and Cody.
May and
Cody.
You're paying better attention than I did.
May and Cody. And there's this one scene where they're getting sucked up by this giant vacuum cleaner. And the giant vacuum cleaner says, look,
Cody, you sucked up all this crap inside of me.
You sucked up rocks and you sucked up coins,
batteries.
And that's why I'm broken. And then
Cody he's like,
says,
May, you were supposed to fix me.
Well, yes.
Because May's an engineer.
But here's the thing. May says, Cody, you broke the vacuum machine because you vacuumed all of the stuff and you broke it. And then Cody says, you promised to fix it. Okay? Mm-hmm. And so then I said, well, I can see why there's issues with, their marriage. Because he lied about breaking the vacuum.
Yeah.
Okay, and I said that. And then he said, she promised to fix it.
That darn right she did.
I said, I paused the game. I said, we cannot play this game. I won't be able to play it. Because now you're taking the side of this clay guy, basically, even though he did something objectively
wrong. Though you took the side of the clay girl, or the wooden girl.
No, I didn't take her side.
You did. You said, she should divorce Cody. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stand up for poor Cody over here.
I'll tell you what.
Darn right you did.
Cody should have told her how he broke the machine so she could fix it.
And she should have followed up on her promise.
No, but how are you supposed to fix something if
once she takes it apart, she's going to see Cody sucked up all that crap.
If you're vacuuming stuff, if you're vacuuming rocks.
Tiara asked a very important question. How tall was the clay guy?
He was the same size as her, Tiara.
Actually, that's my biggest beef with the game is the effigies look nothing like the real people.
They don't.
It's very weird.
And she made her dad fat.
For whatever.
Is weird.
He looks like Chris Pratt.
It's so weird, okay? So, yeah, for a moment, I paused and I said, I cannot beat this game.
Kite-Tails lost it.
Because you're taking a side.
Which I did
objectively wrong.
as a joke.
He did it as a joke, but
it caused her blood to boil.
Why wouldn't you say, I broke the vacuum? Why wouldn't you say, I vacuumed up stuff I wasn't supposed to?
I would, because I'm a rational human being.
Yes, but I'm saying in Cody and me.
Earlier this evening, I had a kombucha explode all over this area. And I was like, Kite-Tails, I've been cleaning up kombucha that I exploded all over everywhere.
Some people would say,
no, because I take responsibility when things go wrong.
But there's some people who would absolutely like, oh, you're a moron. Why would you do that? There are some people like that.
And that's when we were having this argument. Like, you're like, I can't play this game anymore. And I'm like, I'm just kidding, Kite-Tails. And then, out of freaking nowhere, this book pops up in real life. And he's like, you guys must fall in love again. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on here?
You made Smudge go under the couch. Oliver says, oh, hi, Delusion. Each person needs to take initiative to make the relationship work. I totally agree. It's all about communication.
One could say.
Forget marriage. This is a foundation of a relationship.
Absolutely.
A friendship. There has to be communication in any sort of relationship that you have with another person.
Would you say it takes two to make a thing go right?
Yes. Okay. Yes. RC says, welcome to today's therapy session.
My favorite part about this game so far is there's these little mini challenges where they pit them against each other. And in the first one, they play whack-a-mole. And the Kite-Tails is the girl, and she had the hammer. And I was Chris Pratt. and I had the
And
fatness.
you had the nails.
And
And
it was
won.
whack-a-mole.
Right.
And he's popping out from these different holes. And like Keitel's just whacking like crazy with the hammer. And then Chris Pratt comes out with his like legs up. And she just whacks him right in the groin. It was the fun. I fell out of my chair. I was like, I don't even care if I'm losing this game. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was good. It's a good game.
It is good.
I really like
cute.
it.
It's really cute.
It's very fun. The gameplay is amazing.
I hate the stupid story though.
Yeah, the story's bad.
I cannot stand it. The whole pretense of we just want to get a freaking divorce. It's just, oh my gosh, this is so cringy.
It's like, get a divorce, man. Don't make a big deal of it. Just go.
Why are you, if your relationship is this bad and it's like the lying and stuff like this, like you should have never gotten to this point at all. It was very weird. And there was another thing like, oh my gosh, my daughter does art? I thought these people are
They're the worst parents and they're the worst husband and wife combo.
I hate the story. I despise the story.
Well, yeah, and I feel like
but the gameplay's really fun.
The game is so much fun, but I do feel this is not good because the book needs to stop.
The book is awful.
The book needs to be like, oh, maybe you should get divorced.
The book is terrible.
I do think he is putting people together that are not compatible. They are lying to each other about a freaking vacuum.
Yes.
It's only going to get worse.
If you're at the part where you're lying about a vacuum, it's like, my goodness, how far have you fallen? And another thing, too, that...
There needs to be a British book that shows up. It's like, actually, I believe you should get what's called a divorce. You shall pay her alimony and you shall take care of the child.
It feels so 90s Jim Carrey movie.
It does. It does. But the gameplay is so good, I will allow it.
Yeah, so we'll continue playing it, but it is really annoying.
It does the God of War thing where the guy throws nails.
Yeah.
And he can recall it in his hand like the Leviathan axe. Oh, it's so good. It is so good.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is It Takes Two.
Oh, Jamal says the book is operating on the daughter's behalf. This is true. The book is operating based on what they think is good for the daughter.
Yes, the daughter. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, our last game. Have you noticed the trend yet?
2.
Battlefield 2042.
Yep.
That's it. There's an open beta for Battlefield 2042 going on right now. Thank you again to Joseph and Emerald for making me know about this in the chat. It's on Steam. You get to update your graphics drivers if you're on NVIDIA, so do that. But we'll be playing that this weekend.
Right.
Trying it out.
Yes. And right now, right in 5 minutes from now, we're going to stop the stream and then we're going to go watch the Muppets together. So yeah, that'll be fun. Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Muppets Haunted Mansion.
I hope it's going to be good.
If it's not, we'll make fun of it relentlessly.
Yeah, we'll make fun of it. Yeah, that'll be good. Oh, Emerald says, can we do a movie in 15 minutes? Yes, we'll do the movie in 15 minutes. We'll play Pictionary for 15 minutes.
Get a snack if you want.
Yeah,
I'm going to get a snack.
Do something for 15 minutes, and then we'll watch the movie. Okay. That was really fun. Thanks,
that was
guys,
fun,
for
yeah.
hanging out, and we'll see you not next week, because next week we're doing a game night, because you're not going to be here.
Right.
And then, yeah, exactly.
It takes 2 to make a thing go right.
It takes 2. I miss being able to turn it off.
Yeah, those are the days.
All right. As you wish.
As I will. I guess I'll turn it off.
Okay. All right, everyone. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Bye. When they never got to see Smudge. Oh.